about pattern. Arrange the pattern from smallest or from biggest. Now we have question. The following question of fraction is from smallest. 0.3 and 3 of 2 and then 1 of 2. So let's answer. How do we to answer this question? For answer the question, you have to change this pattern become same type. There are 3 types. There is decimal, fraction, and percent. So we can change this pattern become same type. Now the first pattern is 0.3. So how do we to change become percent? 0.3 times 100%. How do we to count it? 0.3 times 100. So the 0 can move backward because this is the times and 100 have 2 0. The first 0 and the second 0. So 100 have 2 0. So the 0.3, the point of this can move backward 2 times. So we can write 0.3 and the point move backward 2 times. 1, 2. So the position of point is here. So this place you have to enter with 0. So we can write 30 without this and without point. So we can write 30%. The percent is still right behind the number. The point do not need to write because the behind of the point there is no number. The second pattern is 3 of 2. How do we to change become percent? Is time with 100%. So how do we to count it? We can divide 100 with 2. So we can cross the 2 and 100. 2 divide 2 is 1 and 100 divide 2 also. So 100 divide 2 is 50. So we can write 3 times 50%. So the result is 150%. Next, the third pattern is 1 of 2. Change become percent time 100%. And we can cross the number same with the second pattern is 102 because 100 can divide 2 and 2 can divide 2. So the result 2 divide 2 is 1, 100 divide 2 is 50. So we can write 1 times 50% and the result is 50 So we can arrange because the pattern, all of the pattern can already change become percent. So now we can arrange. From smallest, because the question is from smallest, so now we determine the number that smallest is, this is a 30%, 150%, and 50%. So the smallest is, yeah, first pattern. So we can write 0.3, and then after 30% is, okay, good, 50% is the third pattern. So we can write 1 of 2, and then the last is 100% is the second pattern, is 3 of 2. Okay, this is the result. Okay, now the second way, we can change all of the pattern become fraction. We have 3 pattern, and the second and third pattern is fraction. Okay, the second and third pattern is fraction. So we do not need change become fraction. So the types is same. So we have to change only first pattern. Okay, the first pattern is 0.3, change become pattern. Change become fraction. Sorry. 0.3 change become fraction. How the way? So easy way. The number behind point, the number behind point you can write first, that is 3, and then you can write per, and then how many number at the behind of the point, how many number? Okay, just 1. So you can write 0 but only 1, and then add 1 at the front of 0. So the result is 3 of 10. Okay, understand? Yeah, I hope you understand. So I will repeat my explanation. 0.3 change become fraction. How is the way? The number behind the point you can write first in top, on the top, and then you can give per, you can write per, and then for the fill, the bottom of the per is how many number behind 0, how many number? Okay, just one number. So you can write just 1 0 and then add 1 in front of the 0. Understand? If the number in the behind of the point is 2 for the example, 3 and 1 for the example. So we can write 2 0 and then add 1. Okay, understand? Yes, understand? I hope you understand. Okay, next we back to second pattern and third pattern, because the second pattern and the third pattern is the fraction. The type is fraction, so we do not need change become fraction. So we can directly write second is 3 of 2 and the third is 1 of 2. Now, how the way to arrange for this shape, for this type, for fraction, you cannot directly arrange because the denominator of this fraction is different. That is the denominator, or in bahasa is penyebut. This is 10, this is 2, and then 2. Nah, you cannot directly arrange because the denominator is different. So you have to change become same number. How the way? Okay, let's check. 3 of 10 and then 3 of 2 and then 1 of 2. You have to change become same number. How the way? Okay, you can times the denominator. 10 times 2. Okay, now for the change become same number is 10 times 2. 10 times 2 is 20. So you can write 20 in all of the pattern. So, and then for the numerator, or in bahasa is pembilang, penyebut, numerator, denumerator. Okay, for the change, because the denominator is changed become 20, so the numerator is also changed. How the way? 20 divide 10, the result is 2. Okay, good. 2 times with numerator is 3. So the result is 6. You can write here. Okay, same way in the second and third pattern. 20 divide 2 is 10 and then 10 times with 3. So write 30. Next, 20 divide 2 is 10 and 10 times with 1. So the result is 20. Okay. Because the denominator is same, at the third pattern, 20 times 2 is 10 and times 1 is 10 ya. I'm sorry for my student. So this is 10. So now we can arrange from smallest. From smallest is we can look the numerator, only numerator, because the numerator is same, so we look at the numerator number. So let's arrange from smallest. from smallest is among 6, 30 and 10 is 6. Okay, good. 6 of 20 and then 10. Okay, good. 10 of 20 and then the last is 30. Okay, good. Smart student. 20. And this is the fraction types. Next. Okay, to answer to the final answer is we can return the original types. 6 of 20 is 0.3 and then 10 of 20 is 1 of 2 and the last 30 of 20 is 3 of 2. So this is the answer. The last way is change all of the pattern become decimal. Okay, for the first pattern is decimal, so we do not need change become decimal. And then the second pattern is fraction, that is 3 of 2, so we can change become decimal. How is the way? The way is 3 of 2 is same with 3 divide 2. Okay, so how the way to count it? We can do by porokapit. Okay, let's see the way. 3 divide 2. 3 divide 2, how many? Okay, 1. 1 times 2 is 2. We can put the bottom of the 3 and we can subtract. So the result is 3 minus 2 is 1. And then 1 divide 2. Because 1 cannot divide 2. Not enough to divide 2. So 1 have to add with 0. And if you add 0 here, you have to add point here. This is the requirement. If you add 0, you have to add comma or point. Okay, so now 10 can divide by 2. 10 divide 2 is 5. You can write here. And then 5 times 2 is 10. Subtract and the result is 0. So the result of 3 divide 2 is 1.5. So we can write here 1.5. Next, the third pattern is 1 of 2 is same with 1 divide 2. Okay, we can do this way with porokapit. Next, 1 divide 2. I will repeat my explanation. 1 not enough to divide 2, so 1 have to add 0, and the requirement if we add 0 is at point. Nah, in the front of the point we can add 0. Okay, understand? Okay, 10 divide 2 is 5 and 5 times 2 is 10 and subtract and 0. So the result is 0.5. We can write here 0.5. Okay, now let's arrange this pattern from smallest. 0.3, 1.5 and 0.5. The smallest is, okay, good, 0.3. 0.3 and then after 0.3 is 0.5. Okay, good, 0.5 and then the last 1.5 and we return to original types. 0.3 same with 0.3, still same, and then 0.5 is 1 of 2, and then the last 1.5 is 3 of 2. So this is the result. Count all of the way. Change become percent, change become fraction, and change become decimal. The answer all of the way is same. The answer all of the way is same. 0.3, 1 of 2, and 3 of 2. Same with this. 0.3, 1 of 2, and 3 of 2. And then same. 0.3, 1 of 2 and 3 of 2. So the conclusion, you can choose one way. You can choose change become percent, it's okay. You can choose change become fraction, it's okay. You can change become decimal, it's okay, because all of the way have same answer. And I suggest you to change become percent, because this way is the easier way. Okay, understand? Okay, next I have question for you to answer and to do it, and then you can collect to your teacher. Okay, good luck.